Hi, and welcome to Not Even a Season. I'm Jamie Gower, and this is the final episode. Yeah, I'm closing up the podcast, and I'm sure you know why. You've heard the news. The whole world has heard the news. Inclusion Day. Alternate realities are actually a thing, and we've been asked to join the club. That club being Multiple Reality Coordination, the loose union of realities interested in exchanging ideas, solutions, and support. And it turns out that probable cloud computing, the very service this podcast is hosted on, is the nexus for our reality's communication with reality coordination. They've been working on this the whole time. Renting out spare processing and storage space was just a cover and a little extra income for this very secret, very expensive project. Just wish they told me, maybe. And now they'll need all their processing power to maintain a link with multiple reality coordination. So in just a few minutes, all of Probable, every CPU, and every hard disk, including the ones holding this podcast, they're all going to switch over to their new mission. They've already begun testing, so these files may phase in and out of reality a bit. But hey, it won't be any stranger than it's already been. You know, when I started Not Even a Season, I was just planning a re-listen podcast about some overlooked music from the history of television, and it probably would have been just that if Probable and an international consortium of physicists hadn't decided to hide the biggest technological leap of this century in plain sight by pretending to be a quantum-as-a-service startup. And it turns out the quantum entanglement effect they use to breach the reality gap between universes is, well, it leaks. And it got all over my files. Probable says that this podcast ended up existing in 16.2 realities. Yeah, I don't know what that 0.2 of a reality is all about either, but it does explain why some of you may not have seen the shows I mentioned. Wait a minute. That all means another me could be listening to me right now. Hey, if you are an instance of Jamie Gower, then yeah, I'm you. Well, actually, no, I'm not you. You're you. I'm another you. Or you're another me. Or we're both another us. Ow, brain hurts. I'm not a philosopher. Most of the 16.2 realities are making inclusion at the same time as mine. And if your reality isn't, well, they told me not to worry about you hearing this anyway. I mean, who's going to believe you? And if you're this close on the similar likely index to the rest of us, we'll see you soon enough. So now Probable is just minutes from switching its entire server farm over to establishing the first permanent link from our reality to, well, everyone else. Everyone in the inclusion treaty, at least. But I think I've got time to play you one last theme, one for the road, as it were. And this one you've probably heard already. I'm told that a surge of interest in popular culture about alternate universes usually precedes inclusion for new realities. And one clear signal that inclusion is about to happen is the appearance of animated shows from reality coordination that introduce kids to the coming concept of alternate realities. They're more accepting of the idea of alternate thems than us adults, so they're a huge help to the grown-ups in their lives who are dealing with this new concept. So here's the theme from one of the most popular shows from the folks at Reality Coordination, The Elsewheres, about two kids who get sucked into a vortex that carries them from reality to reality. Now, physical travel between realities is highly unlikely. You could even say improbable. They can't send matter between realities, only information. But this one inaccuracy in the show lets the protagonists meet a variety of their alternate selves and learn how they are all different and yet all the same. So, here's the theme for the opening animation to The Elsewheres. It starts with voices for the two main characters, and then listen as the drums change as they enter each new reality. And basically, anytime you hear this song, it's a good sign. Hey, I think I got just seconds before probable switches over to inclusion because it's starting to feel crowded in here. So thanks for listening. Goodbye and hello. Oh, and if you meet a Jamie Gower in your reality, tell him he says hi. He'll know what you mean. Hey, your reality's Jamie Gower here. Just wanted to add my thanks for listening to Not Even a Season. This was so much fun to make, and having you as an audience member is beautiful icing on this delicious metaphorical cake. This podcast, as you probably heard, is a Required Field Productions production, and we have more audiovisual treats planned that will release soon. So please, I hope you'll keep an eye on requiredfieldproductions.com so that you too can be part of all the latest craziness. Thanks again, and see you soon.